Welcome back to the channel, guys, where today join us with Sam from Golf Repairs for You.
Yeah, we're at Evolution Golf Academy at Huddersfield Golf Club. My second studio, really.
Sam, as you know already, is a shaft perv. Now, what I want to know, Sam, is what does a shaft perv like you, someone with access to all this equipment, have in their bag?
Well, that's a good question. It's I've always done a bit of tinkering, but I think since I've kind of got my own studio, I've kind of realised what works, seeing my data, so I've not really needed to kind of mess about. So yeah, a lot of my stuff has been permanently in here for quite a while, which is surprising to me. And
I'm guessing it's all in your bag because you fitted the shafts for yourself.
Yeah, I've just self-fit. You know, I've actually never had a proper fitting, just because I've already known the knowledge. I've not needed to do it, but I would be intrigued if I did go somewhere, you know, what they would fit me into.
When you say you've not had a proper fitting, you mean like you've not been somewhere else and had a fitting, you've only self-fitted?
Yeah, I think my last fitting was literally when I was a junior, which was a long time ago.
So you'd rate that your own fitting is obviously a lot better than then? Potentially,
yeah. Like I said, just more, obviously back then I think data-wise I wasn't as much kind of shaft options and stuff like that as well, so yeah, it's been a fair while.
I'm more interested in shafts then. What does a man like you with, you know, unlimited options of shaft
We'll go through it. So I mean, start off with kind of the big dog. I mean, head cover wise, probably I'd a shout out to Glam Golf. They've been really good. I know the owner of them, he just, you know, got these made for me.
What company is that?
Glam Golf.
Glam Golf?
Based in Sheffield. It's
I've
not too
heard
far
of
from
Glam
you.
Golf.
Yeah, they're brilliant.
Based in Sheffield?
Yeah.
Well, you're going to have to get me in contact with them,
brilliant.
It's on our doorstep.
Yeah, I know the owner, Glenn Childs, really helped me out. Like I said, he can put literally anything on head cover.
Where's he based?
I'm not sure exactly, but yeah, just Sheffield way. He's more like closer to kind of Sheffield area.
Right, well, we'll be getting in contact with Glenn.
Yeah, he's been brilliant. But like I said, yeah, so to start off driver-wise, Callaway Paradigm, triple diamond, 8 degree. I had it very up on the ball. Angle attack's about +4.
Yeah.
So I need like very low loft. So mine's 8 set down to 6.5.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's incredible.
very high.
There's only somebody who custom fits that would go down to 6.5.
Yeah, every time I've tried something normal loft, kind of 9 degree, even 10.5, it just goes straight up in the air with a lot of spin. Weight wise, I've kind of got them distributed. I mean, I think it's a 10 gram at the back and 5 gram at the front, which isn't kind of their standard stock weights.
Yeah.
Also, I've got the access to kind of swap the weights about. I will say in terms of swing weight, everything I've got is C9 swing weight, and then the wedges are D0.
Is that quite heavy then?
Quite light.
Or light,
so
sorry.
yeah, so for like base off my club head speed, I swing about 110 with driver, similar to you really. But like I said, I've always kind of just preferred a lighter club, but again, it was having the access to kind of try different weights and see what I kind of preferred.
Yeah.
And yeah, I just settled on that, and it feels light, but I just still feel like I've got good control of it.
What's your handicap then?
Scratch.
You're a scratch golfer?
Yeah, scratch golfer.
And how far do you hit your driver?
I'm quite optimised because I do it up on the bulb, so generally, yeah, average on, like when I'm using my own foresight at home, average is about 280 carry.
Yeah.
So decent. But like I say, it's all about getting the optimised kind of numbers, as you know. In terms of shaft wise, I've had this in bag for quite a while. I've tinkered a bit on and off, but it's kind of stayed in for a good year or so. So Tensai White 1K 50TX. Like I said, even we're quite similar club head speeds. Obviously, my flex is quite a bit firmer, but it's just what I prefer. So I'm kind of the opposite to you. I like it to feel very firm and not kind of loading.
Is this a current shaft?
Yeah, this is a current shaft. So this can be fitted. You know, if people wanted to have it fitted on a 1K, I've got all the options.
And how much are they?
300. I sell them at.
Is that the highest price point of shaft, or is it higher than that?
They can be higher, but in terms of what I stock at the moment, that's the highest price point. But yeah, you can get like say the auto flex shafts. They're like £700. It gets a bit silly.
Yeah.
But yeah, like I said, so if I'm being very kind of geeky, it's been tipped 3/4 of an inch as well. Again, I just really like the kind of firm feel of it, but I've gone lighter in 50. Again, just to not feel too firm in terms of a weight, and because I like the lighter swing weight as well.
Yeah, it sounds like with the weight of the shaft and the swing weight, are you trying to get the face closing, or?
No, so I'm the opposite. If you look at my grips are very, very large. So I've got MCC +4 jumbo and everything.
Yeah.
So I'm one for being quite underneath it and a bit flicky. So I have thicker grips to kind of help me, you know, kind of square the club face a bit more.
Yeah.
And like I said, again, heavier grips does help a bit with swing weight.
Yeah.
As we've seen in kind of the other videos. So yeah, kind of getting the characteristics right. But yeah, that's been my gamer for quite a while, and it's been good.
Is there anything in your bag that might surprise us in terms of shafts?
Yeah, I'd probably say the main one is kind of irons and wedges. If you have a look, I play graphite.
Wow.
In everything, even my putter's
That's
graphite.
Amazing. So somebody that's using a Torex driver shaft and likes a very stiff feeling, profile of shaft, uses graphite.
It's quite unique. So I mean, in terms of my irons, Callaway Apex MB. They've got like a hammer finish on the back as well, which is quite cool.
Is that customised?
It's been customised, yeah. It's not something I did, it was the guy I brought them from. He did a very good job of them, to be fair.
That's one way of getting around bag clatter.
It will definitely hide it.
Definitely hide your bag clatter,
and then in terms of kind of specs of the club, so I'm 1 degree flat and then 1/4 of an inch longer.
Yeah, but why? I want to know why graphite.
I've just liked the feel. I've played graphite in my irons and wedges for about 3 years now.
Do they play stiff enough?
Yeah. So to be honest, I think graphite you can actually get firmer than steel if you wanted to.
Right.
Graphite's a lot more advanced than steel. So I think you'll see in the next 10 years you'll have a lot more graphite options than steel.
Wow.
But like I said, 110 gram extra stiff. So they're still pretty heavy. But you can even get them. You can get some graphite now like 125, 130 grams.
Would somebody like myself who's always used steel find any benefit? What benefits?
Potentially. So the main things I've felt comparing to say steel, better feel. Vibration dampening. So again, I'm not saying I'm old and I'm aching, but it just helps relieve a bit of pressure in terms of like when you're hitting shots, especially hitting a lot of balls. And like I said, you can really manipulate kind of where the graphite's placed. So in terms of shaft profiles, it can really vary. But like I said, Acra shafts, they've been really good for me. Again, very good option.
The only reason I'm sort of asking that is because the stereotype is that you get graphite shots when you're a senior.
Yeah, that is the myth. It probably was the case, say, 10, 15 years ago, where when they made graphite, all they did was a very lightweight option, where I said now, loads, even on tour, quite a few pros play graphite shafts.
So question to you then, if a scratch golfer, a Lorna Cap golfer coming for a fitting, like yourself, likes a firm shaft, is this now something you might consider putting in the hands?
Yeah, definitely.
To try?
I mean, the one thing I would point out is definitely price point. It does shoot up quite a lot, graphite compared to steel. So it depends on people's budgets, really. It could sometimes be maybe double the amount.
Final question then, precision. Would you swear that graphite's as precise as steel?
I'd say so. I think you can definitely get the tolerances a bit tighter with graphite.
Could it be even tighter than steel? Could it be more accurate than steel?
I'd say so, yeah, it can be. Yeah, it's really advanced now.
That's always been my reluctancy with graphite. Is I've always felt if you hit one out of the toe or the heel, there's going to be more torque.
I mean, if you look at like wood shafts, the amount of wood shafts you have now compared to say 10, 15 years ago, is a huge difference.
Yeah. And
again, it's just because graphite's advancing. You can do more with it. You can do different profiles. Graphite's now a lot lighter. If you want to do for like a wood shafts, like I said, I've got something like 40X, which is really, really light. Well, like I said before, 15 years ago, probably lighter you were going to do was like 60. So it's really starting to advance a lot more than steel.
Yeah.
So that's why I've kind of played it. Like I said, so I use Apex MB in 5 to wedge, and then I've got a couple of nice Torres shoe Callaway driving irons. So I've got a 22, which I always use in 4 iron, and then I've got a 19, which kind of goes in and out of the bag comparing against my 5 wood. Sometimes it'll go in, sometimes it won't. Shaft wise, so 4 irons, same as my irons Acra, and then I've got a 10 side white, 100 TX in the 3 irons.
Any reason why you did that?
Like I said, the 2 iron, that kind of matches more me driver, how I've kind of done it.
Does it chase more with that shaft in? Or?
Yeah, I'd say it's a bit lower spinning, which again, that's what I want from kind of like a, that's classed as like a 2 iron for me, really.
Is that a 15-degree iron?
It is, yes. So that is what I always use in summer. I've had that quite a few years. That's definitely the longest club I've had in my bag. So that's always in and out as well, depending on time of year. That fact about that actually used to be Gary Woodland's.
All right. Okay.
So a guy I know that worked on Wilson Tour Truck, I got it from him.
What? Not with this shafting, or?
Yeah, exact combination. The only thing I've changed is the grip.
Right.
So yeah, it was, for what I got told, it was either between that or a KBS C taper, and he went for the C taper.
There's got to be a video at some stage to compare how far that goes compared compared to a Freewood, because it's the same loft as a Freewood, guys.
Yeah.
But there'll be a lot of guys at home that struggle off the tee with driver, probably fairway wood. And that could be a great club to come and get.
Yeah, I mean, I don't actually.
If you're a good iron player.
I don't actually have a Freewood in my bag currently.
Right.
So I go driver, and then after that, I then go mini driver. So I've got the TaylorMade burner, 11.5, knocked down to 10.5 degree, and then I've got it with a Diamana 60TX delimited. But again, for me, it is what it's meant to be. So like a mini drive, I've set it up, normal realistic loft at 10.5 degree, but a lot shorter shaft.
So what distance is this going?
That's only a little bit short of a mini drive. It's about 270
and
carry.
You carry them both at this?
Yeah, so I did that this year. So I just started struggling with free wood off the deck. I wasn't getting consistent striking.
Yeah.
And I've always had I had the previous versions of this as well for a couple of years, the 300 series. And yeah, I just went for this as a more reliable option for the driver
when your driver's off?
Yeah, when it's off, but then also it's just a good fairway finder. Like I said, I'd say just as straight as my 3-wood, but further down.
And can you use it off the deck if you need to?
Yeah, you can, but it's got to be a very good lie.
Yeah.
Because it's obviously quite a large footprint.
Deep
if
head.
it's slightly iffy lie, it's very hard to kind of connect with it. So it depends where you play as well. Where I play, I don't really need kind of 3-wood into like a par 5.
Yeah.
I can generally get on with like a hybrid or an iron into.
That's very interesting. You're the first person in the world that carries 2 drivers that I know of.
Phil Mickelson did it at one stage.
I can remember that.
Yeah, he had like a fade bias and a draw bias. But yes, I say I go driver, mini driver, then I normally go in some of the 1 iron.
Yeah.
And then after that, it's been either that Callaway 19 degree or I've got
just a final question on this 1 iron. In terms of that, distance-wise, does it go as far as a 3-wood?
I'd probably say it's not far off. I think carry-wise, I can get round about 240.
Right.
And then with run, that's a good thing with that, it just runs forever. So like if you get it quite firm, I can easily get that in summer kind of 270, 275.
Yeah.
Which is plenty far enough. But like I said, a lot of times it's a good kind of, if you really need to keep it in play when it's windy, just really kind of trap it and it just really flies low.
Wow.
And then like I said, it's between 2 iron or 5-wood. So this is a Tourist Shoe Rogue ST. So normally the retail heads aren't adjustable, where this one is.
When you say Tourist Shoe, is it like TC?
It's that TC serial, yeah.
What does that mean for the subscribers at home? What's the difference between that and buying one off the shelf?
So the main thing is you know exactly what the head is. So you know the exact loft to the decimal, you know the exact head weight, the exact C2, which is like how hot it is off the face. The exact lie angle as well.
So does that mean there's just no tolerances?
Yeah, there's no tolerance. It's literally, you know the exact spec, which is what a lot of times people pay for when they go Tourist Shoe equipment. Like I said, when it's a current model and like a Tourist Shoe head comes online, they go for like silly money when it just comes out.
Yeah.
Because people want to know exactly what they're getting. Because there is tolerances between, in the industry, even like, the manufacturer will admit that, there's always going to be a slight tolerance.
Yeah.
So you need to know exactly, if you want to know exactly what it is, that's why people go down the Tourist Shoe route.
Yeah.
And again, like I said, this is adjustable where the stock heads are a fixed head. So again, that's another benefit with changing the loft.
Sounds silly this, but if you were to get the stock heads, you've got the equipment to weigh it. Have you got the equipment to check the loft and stuff?
Not yet, unfortunately.
No.
I would like to go down that route, but that's a very rare thing you see now.
I suppose that'd be a great way of adding some value, though, to actually, the heads that you stock.
Yeah, like I said, if you stock the heads, knowing, if there's, even if it's the difference between, say, 10.8 and 10.4, what head would work better.
Yeah.
Even me, I'm wanting to expand even more. It just takes time. Really, but like I said, I play this as like a 7-wood really, so that's 18 knocked up to 20, and then it's got a tour only shafting as well, so it is the Hulk, which Dan definitely likes, but it's a tour only weight, it's a 90 gram.
Wow.
And again with a 5-wood I do like it playing shorter than standard but quite heavy to counteract it being shorter.
Can I just hit a ball with that?
Yeah, if you
Can I just swing the club?
Yeah,
I'm not so fussed about it coming up on the monitor, but just to feel the weight of this. So this is I've been seeing my swing, Sam.
Yes.
Would this be something that definitely won't ever end up in my hands?
Shouldn't do, no. It's, like I said, just not the right profile. Not necessarily weight, because it is a 5-wood. A lot of times you do go heavier, but in terms of just a profile and the flex, I think it's a bit too much, really.
Yeah.
Worked out well.
Yeah, it felt all right. It felt nice, but I got to admit there wasn't the flow of what I was
it's very
getting.
firm. I mean, I'll
Do you want to hit one?
I'll give
Show
one.
us how it's hit.
Oof, no pressure. But like I said, for me, I've kind of set this up that it does spin quite a lot, even though it is a Hawk. Like I said, it just keeps it in play really for me.
What did that go distance? 227?
Yes.
Yeah.
A bit left. A little bit. But it's done what it's needing to do for me. It does spin quite a lot, but I want it just to kind of keep it in play.
You're a few yards behind me, Sam.
I am a bit rusty.
I think you need to have another fitting.
So I say it's a little bit left, but yeah, like I say, I've got two different clubs. Obviously, I've got my one iron to get the low flight, and I want this to get the high flight. So again, just trying to cover all areas really. You know, this is a lot easier, obviously, when the lie's a bit iffy. If you need to get it kind of, you know, a bit high, a bit more spinny. I'll give it one more. Trying to.
I bet this gets some now. Oh, there's smoke coming off his shoes. Oh, he's still lacking.
Too bad, a bit spinny still. Well, that's what I've set it up for, just to be a little bit spinny, just to keep it in, you know, in play. I don't want it kind of running forever. It's kind of like a hybrid how it's kind of set up as well.
So, wedges, you can't have gone graphite in wedges, yeah?
Yeah, I've got graphite in wedges.
Graphite as well?
Yeah. So they're the Mitsubishi MMT scoring wedges in 105 TX. You can get a couple of different weights, but I don't like it too heavy again.
I think we're learning something here. If somebody like yourself, Sam, who fits clubs for a living, is using a full set of graphite clubs.
Yeah, I'm not ashamed of it. I've played it for literally years.
And obviously, clearly a good ball striker and a good player, scratch golfer.
Yeah.
What are we missing here? Like
I said, the main thing is just don't be shying away from graphite. You know, like I said, it has got that reputation where, you know, people think it is like an old man's shaft.
I think the only reason we shy away from graphite is probably cost. But I think in your shoes, cost don't come into it, does it? Because you're in the industry of fitting.
Yeah.
So you'll probably get, you know, your shafts a lot cheaper than we would.
Yeah, exactly.
I think if budget isn't a factor for you guys at home, then
yeah, definitely try graphite if it's not you know, at your price point.
You've definitely got me thinking.
Yeah, and I think the last one we've not really discussed is kind of me favourite club in the bag at the moment, which I'm really liking. So the Lab putter, so the directed force. So I've had this custom built from Lab. Went on their website and kind of ordered it up to what spec I needed.
Yeah.
And again, you know, it's an arm lock putter, which I've used again for quite a few years. I'm not a good putter at all, but this has definitely helped.
Well, it's hot topic at Minute Lab Golf.
They've been very good. I mean, Vegas literally won last week with a Lab putter. And again, you Lucas Glover, Adam Scott, quite a few others are using it now. But like I say, it's just because there's basically no torque. Because if you spin that, it doesn't kind of sit anywhere. If you have normal putter, you'll have like a toe hang.
Yeah.
So it's designed that the face won't rotate. Yeah. So you'll only rotate if I do it.
If you've not seen this, guys, type into YouTube or type into Google Lab Revealer and just see the Revealer, you know, putting tool.
Like a training aid.
It's like a tool that they've got that demonstrates how, you know, it returns back to square where other
it's
like
kind of like a cabinet which you put your putter in, and you hold the cabinet, not the putter. And like so, this just stays completely still where normal putters literally doing that.
Well, a lot of guys at home, you know, buy face balanced putters thinking that it wants to return back to square at impact, but that shows that they don't.
They don't. And like I said, I've got again graphite in this, an Acra shaft, just for a stock shaft. You can get upgraded shafts, but again, it can get silly because the price point is definitely on the high side with these, but they're definitely worth it.
Yeah.
And I said line angle wise, if anyone doesn't know, this is the maximum line angle we do, so 79
Do you have any contacts at Lab or?
I've contacted them to try and get an account in the future, so hopefully next year I might try and get an account with them. Because again, I really believe in the product, which I think is half the thing with FITTER. You need to trust that what you're fitting people is actually a good product.
I'll put my hands up. I've actually contacted them as well.
Have you?
Yeah. Because I think it's a fantastic product. When you like the theory behind something, it's not hard to share, is it?
Yeah, exactly.
You've got to believe in what you're actually promoting.
And it's really obvious what they're kind of doing, but it just really works.
Yeah.
And you can really feel it. When I've gone back to a traditional putter now, you can just feel the torque. It's hard to explain, but it just doesn't feel as stable.
And one thing I would say, guys, is that anybody that's using these things are not using them for advertising reasons.
No, Lab don't advertise.
I actually asked them if I could have a putter to do some videos with, and they said we're just not at that stage.
Yeah.
We're just at that stage of sort of like getting it in stores, getting people fitted for it, but we don't. We don't like want anybody promoting the product, and that's not what I'm going to do. I just wanted to actually test the product and be honest. But
like I said, they don't pay anyone for advertising. So anyone that's using it on tour, they chose to use it, which shows how good it is. I mean, they're playing for literally millions of dollars.
Yeah.
You know, they want to be using the best products. So definitely check them out, 100%.
Well, that is what's in Sam's bag, the golf perv. And I think it's clear to see you are a bit of a golf perv.
Yeah,
Sam.
like I said, I've always liked something a bit different with equipment. Like I said, Callaway's always been a good brand for me. I've always played them on and off for quite a few years. So mainly Callaway in the bag, but like I said, a few bits of other bits and bobs.
If you've watched some of the videos with Sam where we've had fittings, it's clear to see Sam is getting in the comments, guys. So if you've got any comments about what's in Sam's bag or maybe what's in your bag, you know, you are.
Yeah, I'm keeping an eye on everything. Yeah, so like I said, if someone's got any questions on YouTube, just drop a message.
I've noticed there's been a few cheeky comments in there as well. You get these non-subscribers, that want to have a but
like I said, we know that it's but what we're doing is working. The fittings are going well, so. Like I said, anyone interested, just drop me a message. Yeah, drop Sam a message if you've got any questions, guys. We've got plenty more good videos coming up with Sam, and we're learning so much, and that's why I'm so keen to do these things, because you never stop learning at this game, and you know, 100%.
in terms of fitting, I'm learning so much from you, and
and
I hope you guys are as well. So hopefully make sure you subscribe, and we'll see you in a few days' time. Bye.
Cheers.